What's up, bitch?
Yo, before you do the intro, look at me. Look at me.
Okay.
And stick a hand out and give me a high five.
I'm saying, hold on, before I even give you a high five.
Wait,
all right, high five real quick.
wait.
Wait, are you doing
1, 2,
it?
3.
Are you doing it like?
I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3.
Like, hold on, are you doing the up high one, or are we doing like the brother high five where it's like to the side?
No, well, it's gonna be too complicated. So we'll just do in the middle of the screen on a count of 3. Ready? It's gonna be just 1, 2, 3, slap. Ready? 1, 2, 3, slap.
Okay.
Do it.
I think so. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, editing, Deion. Make that look cool.
Shut up. All right. Project Z, the new Dragon Ball game that was announced by Bandai Namco with a little vague tweet, and I think we're gonna get more information on that in the next couple of days, right?
Allegedly, there's gonna be some kind of reveal about it at World Tour.
Yeah,
but knowing them, it's probably gonna be like Project Z coming in the near future. It'll just be like one image. Or
Dog, I'm hoping it's like a trailer or something like that.
I just want to see gameplay.
Don't just be like cutscenes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, what we're gonna do in this video today is we're just gonna talk about some of the things we want to see in this game, because Dragon Ball taking on the role of an action RPG is kind of a new, refreshing thing, being that the last couple of Dragon Ball games, or the last few Dragon Ball games, have all been like kind of fighting games, other than like, you know, Nintendo Switch game and mobile games and stuff like that. But anyways, we each have 3 different things that we want to see in Dragon Ball or Project Z. We don't know the official name yet. They'll probably reveal that, do you think?
Well, Project Z is just like a code name.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you think they'll reveal the real name?
I have no idea. But then again, it might be related to it, because I'm pretty sure Fighters originally the code name was Project Fighters. So.
Oh yeah. And didn't Xenoverse have a surname like a long time ago?
It did, but I don't remember it.
Yeah. I don't remember it either. So, this game has been revealed to be an action RPG, and do you want to let them know like what we can expect with an action RPG versus like standard game?
I was about to transition and be like, but Deion, nip. What does action RPG mean? Is that like Xenoverse? No.
So a few examples
RPG
would be like what, Zelda?
Yeah, I'm thinking Zelda. I'm thinking Kingdom Hearts, because Kingdom Hearts definitely counts as an action RPG.
Right.
Basically, it's not like a turn-based thing like we saw in, well, we haven't seen turn-based games in a long time.
Yeah.
Tactical RPG is more like Fire Emblem. Action RPG is you're still fully control the characters like Final Fantasy 15, but there's still like an RPG element like leveling up, unlocking skills and stuff like that. So
an RPG doesn't automatically mean to expect like, you know, custom characters like role-playing. RPG stands for role-playing game. So essentially you're playing the role of a character. Right? So, like, you can expect maybe we'll play as, like, what, Goku, Vegeta? We don't really know.
Yeah, so think Legacy of Goku, but on consoles. That's the idea that I'm getting. And before I start, disclaimer again, because every time I feel like we do speculations, like, oh, they know something.
Right.
They're leaking stuff. We have no clue.
So, with that said, we're going to jump right in, and I'm going to give the first thing. Again, we each have 3 things. We'll kind of talk about our points. You guys can let us know what you think. Let's jump right in. So, the first thing, which is kind of simple, but I feel like it needs to be said, is a big open world. What I'm talking about when I say big open world is I want to be like, you got to think of like, all right, so we got like little hints or aspects of that in previous Dragon Ball games. Like in Budokai 3, you could kind of fly around, but it wasn't like really exploration. You just flew around, and then destination, you either fight, pick up an item, and then move along with your life. But like, I'm talking about like, I want to think almost, and this is going to be a weird comparison, but like the type of open world similar to like, obviously won't be on the level of Grand Theft Auto, but I'm just saying, like having some expansive world where there's different shops you can go to, you can run around, there's actually like these big journeys you can go on by like flying or whatever it is. I want something like that, being able to do little things, going to stores, you know, go fishing, stuff in the Dragon Ball world. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I'm pretty sure they might just do the same thing that how World Seeker set up the One Piece game that's coming out in March.
I actually didn't get too into that game. Like what?
I mean, you are binding down to a single island in One Piece World Seeker. I think I might be wrong with that, but it's like super open world. You can explore it. They even have like the Sky Island and stuff like that as well. So it might be something like that, but I'm pretty sure it won't be the entirety of the Dragon Ball world map.
Right.
But then I don't know. For all you know, it might be. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. That's the thing. Like they. I mean, I can't even say they're hyping it up yet because they just kind of like had a little leak. But we're just saying what we want. We're not saying what will be there. We're just saying what we would hope for. All right, but I guess we'll see what we get. So what was your number 1?
Transformations. You can't have Dragon Ball without transformations.
Transformations. So expand on that a little bit, because if we're just playing like as these characters that are already in the series, like what do you mean by that? Like just having a multitude of transformations?
One of the dopest things that they had in Legacy of Goku 2 is Legacy Goku 1 only lets you go Super Saiyan with like the last fight, which is annoying. Legacy of Goku 2 allows you to transform at will and just kind of like be in that transformed state. And, you know, of course, you get the power-ups, you get the visuals, you get the cool factors of being in the Super Saiyan. I always see stuff like that, but the question is, if this is going to be an RPG game, or an action RPG, to what extent is transformation going to work? Like, will it be one of those things where it's like you transform and then you have a time limit on it, and then you can't use it for an X amount of time? Like, is it like a mana system that we saw in other RPGs where you can only have it as long as you have ki, I guess, in this case?
Yeah.
How do you get ki back? Does it come back naturally?
Or how do you unlock the transformation to begin with? Like, you have to, like...
Yeah.
Because if it's like an RPG... We're going to get to the story aspect of it, what we expect for the story, but... Like, I guess it'll depend on how the story is structured. Again, that's going to be a different point for later. But, like, will we have to unlock it by repeating what happened in the series? Or is there going to be different methods of unlocking different transformations and stuff like that? I don't know.
I think the most important thing to establish is the fact that this will not be a fighting game. Well, we don't know. It might have, like, a fighting element, like, similar to Xenoverse.
That's actually a perfect transition. I'm going to let you finish. But my number 2 is actually fun combat mechanics, okay?
I wasn't even done.
I know, I'm just saying. I want you to continue, but you're transitioning perfectly into my next point. It's combat mechanics.
I was gonna set you up, okay?
All right, you already did. I saw the bait and I took it. All right.
For battle mechanics, I'm thinking like if it's going to be similar to like a game like if they have like a Kingdom Hearts style type of thing where you can kind of move around the map and press buttons. Question is how limited will it be? Because like if people are gonna go into this expecting to see like a full-blown fighting game, like let's say Fighters or even something like Xenoverse, it's not going to be that. Even though Xenoverse is pretty simple, it's only 2 buttons basically, square and triangle, especially if you're an Earthling. Square and triangle! It's not going to be that if it's an action RPG. I'm sure you'll have like a basic square button, a basic like triangle button, but not like advanced combos. And then you probably have like attacks that you can like pull off like a Kamehameha or a Big Bang or something like that.
Keyword, we don't know. Just saying.
I'm thinking more of a super dumbed down version of Xenoverse, or maybe a mix of Xenoverse with Ultimate Tenkaichi. I don't know. Like, just keep in mind, it is going to be an action RPG and not a fighting game.
But with that said, I do think it still could have like some type of depth, and I know this might not be a great comparison, but like when I say I want fun combat mechanics, I just mean like, for example, God of War, like the original one, not the newest one, was a great. Like, it was like a hack and slash sort of game, but at the same time, it was really fun, but it also had like some depth to it. Like, it wasn't like, extremely like technical and stuff like that. Like, at the end of the day, you're swinging these blades around all over the place and you're destroying things. But like, it still managed to kind of, it's almost similar to Smash. The way Smash can be like really competitive, but it can also be like really fun, just like kind of hectic sort of thing. God of War kind of reminded me of that, except in the hack and slash genre where it can be like, there's depth there, like you can master combos and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, anybody could pick it up and just, start going crazy on all these enemies. So I kind of want to see that with this game where it's like, it can be really fun, but like if you really work hard, you can like figure out like little things you can do. Obviously it's not going to be fighters, probably won't even be on the level of Xenoverse, because it's not a PvP game, it's an action RPG. But yeah, if they can somehow just get a good blend there, I would like that.
I assume it's going to be single player.
Okay, is this your next point?
Yeah, because you said PvP on online. Okay. So since they've been kind of promoting it as like an open world Dragon Ball action RPG, I don't see how PvP can fit at all into it, but I would still love to see it, because like again, anytime you have multiplayer, it definitely expands the lifespan of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
like,
I assume
the videos we can make together.
Yeah, well, I'm not even just on a content creator perspective, like just from a fan, from a player.
Right.
And I feel like we're not going to see any form of online, but that's fine, because like it's meant to be an action RPG. See, the flaw that Dragon Ball games always make every year they come out is they try to focus on way too many things. And what happens? They make some things dope, but because they kept focusing on so many different little things, everything's not up to par. So in a situation with Xenoverse was great as far as focusing on one thing, but they focused on way too many things that, like, expert missions, in my opinion, shouldn't have been a thing. Raids shouldn't have really been a thing. 3v3, 2v2 shouldn't have really been a thing. What they should have done first is focus on 1v1. And then when they did Xenoverse 2, then expand on all that stuff.
Right.
But I feel like because they focused on too many things, they had basically their hands in too many pots, and like it wasn't like perfected as far as the recipe. So the situation with Project Z, like I wouldn't mind if they just focus on just single player, and if they do ever do a sequel to the game in the next couple of years,
then they can add more.
Successful it is. They can add more, like a PvP aspect of it where you can play with your friends.
Well,
but I assume if it's going to be open world single player, it's going to be having a really fleshed out story.
I do also think, like, okay, so you kind of, with the online aspect, you kind of covered PvP. Something that I think is also slept on when it comes to playing online is just co-op, like just being able to, because I think with an RPG, like if it's like mission based, like what if you were able to be like, for example, again, this is all theory, we don't know what to expect, but if he was like Goku and like say I was Vegeta and we were able to like go through some sort of mission together, like something like that. I don't know, or maybe what if just online wise they just had like a kind of like a big open world sort of thing, but
dude,
I don't know.
You know what'd be dope is like it's if they do something that's very, very specific to what happens in the series. So for example, I'm Goku and I have to just basically mash A the whole time or X to charge a spirit bomb while you were keeping Kid Buu away from me.
Oh yeah, and that's the
something
thing.
like that'd be fun. It's different. It's like obviously I would have less fun because I'm just already mashing a button, but like it's so different, and it gives you those tasks that each player, because then it also lets you do.
And then we could always flip it like the next match.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like okay, now you be Vegeta, I'll be Goku, sort of thing.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
That could be a lot of fun.
It could be a lot of fun. All right, so this isn't really a clean transition like our last two, but my third and final point. First one was big open world. My second one was fun combat mechanics. Third one is gonna sound kind of simple, but pretty graphics. I just want it to be a really beautiful game, and every time I get into that world, I'm kind of like immersed in what obviously everybody's perception and opinions on like good art in a video game is different. Like my personal opinion, I didn't think Xenoverse looked horrible. I don't think it looks great. Fighters looks way better in my opinion, but I don't think it looks bad either. And I also heard, this is completely alleged, there is no confirmation here, but allegedly, didn't you tell me, I heard this from you, CC2 is
so it's been rumored for
this?
About 8 months now that CC2 is working on, well, so CC2 is working on a game.
Hold on, let them know
And
who
then rumors came out-
CC2 is real quick.
They did the Storm series.
Yeah.
Allegedly, they've been working on some kind of mystery game for a while now. And another rumor popped out that they're working on a Dragon Ball game, an action RPG. Well, little do we know, an action RPG did just get announced. So putting, two and two together, they might be the ones behind the game, which has me very excited just due to the fact that every Storm game that they ever put out looked beautiful.
It looks really good. For all of their times that they came out, they look good. Like Storm 4 still to me just looks like the way to me they mastered like, the whole cell shading aspect of making 3D games.
You don't have to be a fan of the Storm gameplay, because I know people love Storm as far as gameplay, but then there's some people who are like, nah, the gameplay's too dumbed down. No. Shut up. The games look beautiful. Everybody will agree with that. If you disagree, then you literally gotta get your eyes checked.
Yeah,
if
you're an anime fan, that's a great looking game.
If they literally do the same treatment to Project Z with how they made the Storm series look, as long as they don't do the slideshows like they did in Storm 4, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. The game will look beautiful, and then it'll just come down to how the gameplay actually is. But like, I have no doubt that this game will be a 10 out of 10 as far as visuals if they're the ones behind it.
Right. That covers all three of my points. We got one more from Dino. What you got?
OG story or original story?
Okay, so hold on. Do you want to argue points on one side and then I'll argue points on the other one, or are we just gonna like kind of debate whether it's gonna be the OG story? Hold on. Did you just say OG story or original story?
You stupid.
You know OG means original, right?
Shut up, okay? I was talking about the original, the saga series.
I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean, though.
Boo, potentially GT, or like an original story where basically they'll do what? Okay, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I would rather them do the original, like the run through from like the Saiyan Saga and up. And the only reason why, because I've been pro original stories for Bandai games for years now.
Hold on.
I have one
pro original story. Hold on. I'm confused now because you said OG. Okay, just
the anime, the mangi,
unique
the
story,
mangi or original story, mangi or original story. Let's say that one.
How about you just
Mangi
say unique story?
Shut up.
New story or original?
This is my
story?
video now.
New or original?
This is my video now.
New or original? Use those two.
New or original? How about that one? So here's my one qualm I have with new stories in Bandai games.
Okay.
Have you guys noticed that every single game that's come out from Bandai that's been a unique story?
I already know what you're gonna say.
Has been the same. Literally the same. Oh, here comes the good guys are taken over by evil time travelers now. They're under my control. Oh, dope. Cool.
Yep.
And then Xenoverse 2. We got bad guys taking over the good guys with time control. It's
the
like,
villainous forms
Xenoverse
or whatever.
1. That's whatever. And then we got Jump Force, where you got bad guys being taken over by some kind of mystical force and good guys become bad. Wait a minute. I've seen this before. Oh yeah, Fighters did it too. Oh, now we got androids who are evil. They're good guys, but they're robots. Stop!
I think
Bandai,
the reason is, and obviously it does sound lazy on its face, but the reason
Legends is doing it too.
They would have to make new characters to be new villains because they're taking a story that's already happened and trying to make a new story out of it. But I would prefer them like if
Well,
you
I think-
go through the storyline again. Like I don't mind.
Yeah. But I think the reason why they're doing it that way is because like I remember I heard a while back that the reason why they didn't change the Zero story that much is because the original story holds such a special heart or special place in Japanese players' hearts that they didn't want to change that. So when they released it globally, that's just what they went with. And I get it. Like, you know, anybody that grew up with the series wants the series to be like that. But like, just give us an original story. And then even when they did that in Fighters, they still figure out a way to have like evil clones or robots there. It's like, why?
Just the evil forms
story.
of characters already in the game is the rinse and repeat method of new story.
Honestly, I'd rather just relive the series, the one that we grew up with from Raditz all the way up to Beerus, potentially more Turner and Power. But if they do something original that does not involve clones and robots, I'm all for original.
Right.
But then it's like then it's completely brand new. It's like a super unique experience.
At the same time, I do feel like it's been a long time since we've like just naturally gone through the story of Dragon Ball. Like, so I think of like for new fans, because when I was first getting into Dragon Ball was around like when Budokai 1 came out, and like before I was able to watch obviously, you know, the hundreds of episodes of Dragon Ball that there were. I got a good idea and I got really into the series because Budokai 1 told the story so well, like with all the cutscenes and everything. So I think for this new generation, like they've been seeing like all these random tidbits and like improvised stories that loosely follow the main, like Xenoverse loosely followed the main line with tweaks here and there, and Fighters was completely different. But like if they were able to just go through the story but like just make it really cool, because again it's an action RPG, so like you would have to go be as Goku and then like get on your Nimbus and like go save Gohan with Piccolo or something like that. Like
I'm all for that.
It's completely different. So yeah, if they go through the story and maybe they also have a new story, who knows?
CC2 is also known for basically redoing the story.
Right,
and
right. They did that with Storm.
With how much justice they delivered to the Storm series story, I could see them doing an amazing story for Project Z.
Right.
Just stop with the clones.
Yeah, no more clones.
Stop.
Please. That's enough. Anyways, that's going to do it for our discussion, but actually the discussion is not over because all of you guys all have inputs and great opinions. I always see it in the comments. Some of you guys have some questionable opinions, but most of you guys have good opinions. All right, so if you had any ideas or anything to add to what we have said on all of our points, make sure to let us know in the comment section below. And I'm really excited for what they're going to announce in the next couple of days. All of our shit might get debunked in the next couple of days, or it might all be like, oh, maybe it could happen. Who knows? So let us know.
One last thing. The like goal. Can this video get at least
Don't say something
5
crazy.
likes?
5?
5 likes.
5?
I think they can do it.
5.
They can definitely do 5.
Man, y'all ain't got no 5 likes. Man, y'all ain't got no goddamn 5 likes. All right. If y'all can get 5 likes, I promise I will not close my YouTube channel, all right? If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button down below. Hopefully we get to 5. Comment your favorite part. And you got anything to say before I close this thing out?
And before a video gets 4 likes.
Everybody's gonna try to keep it under 5. Let's see if we can do that. And if not, if it gets over 5, let me see 5,000. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Deion, known as SeeReax on YouTube, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.